Ooh, hello everyone. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, and I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. And I can see that Stephanie is here, and you get the gold star tonight. Catherine is here, Patty Hodder, nice to see you, my friend. Nancy Gray. So we are here again for ArtFoamies Fun Friday, October 28th edition. And yes, I'm having a cup of coffee. I need it. It has been a long, crazy day, my friends. For real. All right. So what is everybody up to this evening? Are you ready for a little ArtFoamies fun? I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around because I'm going to Catherine, nice to see you, my friend. I'm going to turn the camera around. I got to adjust the lighting a little bit. Actually, let me turn this one on and see if this helps. You all tell me, oops, I got to plug it in. Sorry. Tell me how the lighting is looking. Because it looks, of course, I have to set it up differently for my face than I do for the table. Let's see, that looks a little, I don't know, a little too bright. Maybe I should turn the brightness down a little bit. And sorry, my desk is really dirty too. I've been makey today. Sue, welcome. Monica, hello. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm just waiting for everybody, or giving it a couple, not like waiting for everybody, but but just waiting for a couple minutes to see who else might come and join us for a little ArtFoamies fun before I launch into any explanations or chit chat. Thank you, Monica, so much for your order. Jack and Dana, welcome. Nice to see you this evening. So yes, I admittedly am having an evening cup of coffee because I have had a day from outer space. You're lucky I'm still here this evening because, woo, it's been a doozy. Carmen Jones, welcome. So as you may know, we launched Robyn McClendon's new ArtFoamies this morning at 7 a.m. Central, and it has been quite busy. Robyn is a very popular, and I want to just mention really quickly that I'm sorry she is not here with us this evening. She was going to come and be live with us because she likes to get makey too, but she had a conflict and she had to cancel. So she said to tell everybody hello and send her apologies, and we said that we'll plan, try to plan a little get together again sometime to bring you a little ArtFoamies fun together. So we really will try, okay? And she said she'll come on maybe sometime in December or something like that, just for a little makey. And also, just to let you know, she is planning some smaller launches to correspond with some of her upcoming classes and things like that. So she'll probably have another small launch and then we'll do something together anyway. So yes, Catherine, thank you so much. Me too. I do love this set, or actually these two sets, and I do have some fun stuff to share with you. So as you can imagine, I just want to let you know kind of what's been going on. Like I said, Robyn's collection is very popular. We've been very busy all day. And we noticed that many of the orders that were being paid by PayPal were being flagged, and they were being put in pending. So they weren't paying the actual, so you placed an order, but PayPal is not paying the actual order. They were putting it under review. Okay, so we wondered why, and a customer called PayPal because she noticed that her order was pending and it wasn't paying, and she wanted to know why. And so they asked her what she ordered. And when she said she ordered stamps, they said, well, what's Cuba cloth? So she said, huh? I don't understand. It's just stamps. So when she told me that, I said, what? What's going on? All the orders with any of these stamps on it were being flagged. So we changed the name to cloth texture, and now they're no longer being flagged. So if you did, I just am telling you that story. I don't either actually now, but it's just been a nightmare. And to be honest, though, I have to tell you, we have had PayPal for a very long time and always had very decent luck with, or, really good luck with it, and never a complaint until really about 2 years ago. So it's gone really downhill like so many things. But anyway, not to complain. I just wanted to let you know that if your order showed pending for any reason, please just be patient. Don't do anything. Just let it clear out. Everything should, all the orders are still going through. It's just that PayPal is going to take their time in paying it. They said it would be within 72 hours though. Okay. So I normally don't like to talk businessy stuff here. It's all really about getting makey and having a little art foamy fun. But I did feel the need to tell you that. And also, Robyn and I were all talking about the names and, their Cuba cloth textures. And now, the name is different, but you'll still find it under new, and you'll still see Robyn's stamps. So you'll know you're getting the right thing, right? Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay, let's, enough about the businessy stuff. Let's talk about the stamps. I'm going to pull them out here. Again, cloth textures 1 and 2. And you know that if you place an order for Robyn stamps over the weekend, you will receive, and I was trying to pull these out so you could see them stamped. You will receive her scripting stamp for free. It's automatic. You do not need to put it in your cart or anything like that, okay? So this is what the script stamp looks like. And this is set number 1, or no, let's see, I might have them backwards. Well, this is 1 set, okay? And I'll have, each set has 4 stamps. So that's set 1 and set 2. Mary Lynn, hello. Okay, so that is the stamp stamped out. And I know many of you also joined Robyn and me the other day for her little Zoom, and that was a lot of fun. And so I thought we would just bring the party over here. I did want to show you a little makey here. I spent a little time creating some folders out of her different textures. Aren't they so, I just love them. And I'm super excited because I've been in our Patreon group, I've been working with Yupo. And so I did make these little folders out of Yupo, okay, and you can see the little bookmarks also made out of Yupo. And then inside, I've just been putting some of my Yupo experiments, right? I know I love these two so much. And I did 3 colorways. I hope you can see that okay, because I did ones with some lavender and violet and yellows, and then one's in some blues and lavenders and greens. And then this one is more in just gray and bronze and black. I also did want to show you the insides because it's really fast and easy to just do both sides of your Yupo and fold it up and make your little folders for all of your fun ephemera, okay? And I don't know how many of you watch me in Patreon, but you might laugh a little bit at this because this is the missing stencil that I was looking for the other day. So I finally found it. And again, just love cutting my own stencils, simple stencils out of the Yupo and using them not only as stencils and masks, but as my fodder as well. Okay, so for tonight for our Art Foamy Fun, well, here, let me go ahead and put these again. I was sort of just using the little folders to keep track of all of my little demo pieces. So Cecilia says, do we have to order both of Robyn's new sets in order to receive the free foamy, or do we just order one set to receive the freebie? That is a great question, Cecilia. And I believe it should be in the newsletter. I'm so sorry that I don't. Let me look really fast and see if I can find the answer for you, because I should know that and I don't. So let me look real quick and see if I can find a copy of our newsletter. I might have to just find out and get back to you, okay? Because I don't know where our newsletter is. Well, and you all know that I'm kind of crazy right now. Oh, so Mr. Moon is here. Thank you, honey. Just one set, and you will get the freebie. But remember, you have to order the $15 worth to get the other freebie anyway. So as long as you're ordering $15 worth, you'll get a freebie. And then we are running another special right now as well. If you order 5 items, you get, five stamps. It doesn't, I know there's 4 stamps in a set, but 1 set counts as an item. So order 5 Art Foamies or 5 sets and get another Art Foamy free. So it's sort of like, just getting a 10%, a percentage discount. So whatever you want to do. If you're placing a small order, you'll get 1 freebie. If you place a little bit larger of an order, you'll get multiple freebies. Okay. Thank you. And again, this is the freebie script stamp. Also, this is the little stamp that comes in one of the sets, because you get 4 different sizes. And I just want you to know that I did cut mine apart. Real easy to just snip, snip, snip. And then I have 3 little tiny squares that I can place wherever I want. And that's sort of fun too. All right, so let's go ahead and pull out a piece of Yupo. And we're going to just make some fun patterns, okay? And show off Robyn's new collection. So what I do have here is I have some Yupo medium. And it is 9x12 sheets. And it is the bright white, okay? Yupo, if for those of you who have worked on it or haven't worked on it, I don't know. It does come in a translucent. And it also comes in sheets and circles, okay? So depending on what you like. What Yupo is, for those of you who haven't worked with it or seen it before, it is a synthetic paper that is a tree-free paper, and it's non-absorbent. And as you can see here, right on the cover, it tells you pretty much what it is. It says, a true innovation in fine art substrates. This synthetic tree-free paper is everlasting and non-absorbent. It resists buckling with wet media and can be wiped clean. Pigments will retain true clarity and brightness, a new way for techniques to flourish. Okay, so they also have a Yupo Heavy, which is really, really thick. And then again, the Yupo Translucent, which is a little bit lighter and more translucent. Okay. So Cecilia, you might want to, well, first of all, make sure that you are signed up for the Art Foamies newsletter, because I know you probably have signed up with newsletters with Rubber Moon and maybe the Moon and the Maker. So just go back in and make sure that you are signed up for Art Foamies. And then if you are, just make sure it doesn't go to spam, and that you check, once you start checking that it's not spam, then it should start coming to your regular folder for you. Okay. All right, so so Yupo is great with alcohol inks, and I know there's lots and lots of different ways, you can use, and different mediums that you can use on it. I honestly have not really been that much of a fan of Yupo in the past, but my Patreon group had asked me to experiment and work with it and show it. And so I started pulling it out, and, you know, playing with it a little more and more. And of course, you know, loving some of the effects that I've been getting. And I also, like I said, this is the transparent or translucent, I'm sorry. And I do love making my own stencils and masks with it because it's easier to cut than Mylar, but also, you know, to hand cut than Mylar. But also I like the fact that I can use it this way and let it get all, you know, inky and painty. And then, you know, like I said, you're going to have, where did I just put those folders? You're going to have a piece like this piece here that I just shared with you. And it's funny because I was looking for it to share with my patrons and I couldn't find it. And anyway, look at how beautiful it is after stamping on it and, stamping and using it as a mask. And now I can use it in a piece of art, or I can continue to use it as a mask for as long as I want, right? So just a nice little helpful hint for using your Yupo. And especially I like the translucent the best, again, because it's thinner, easier to cut. So, you know, there's my stencil and my mask. So I can pull it out if I want to use it when I'm playing with Robyn stamps. But I probably won't because I'm just going to smush some inks on here. I am going to be using my Moon Glow Extra Bright dye inks. Okay, these are, you know, they do sort of react like an alcohol ink. They're not an alcohol ink, but they will react on here like that. Okay, there are several Moonies who can't find the link to get into watch. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I did post it in Patreon, and we did also post it on Facebook. So I don't know where else. I guess, Mr. Moon, if you're still listening, you could post it in the community as well. I'm so sorry about that, my Moony friends. And I hope I don't bore you, for those of you who are Moonies, because you've already seen me do some of this. And now, though, I think it's sort of fun because I'm getting a little bit more and more. You know, I'm going to turn the overhead light on again and see if it looks better. Anyway, I'm getting more and more comfortable and been really having a lot of fun on the Yupo. And again, using my little Moon Glow dye ink pads and just a paper towel. And I'm just going to buff some color into that, kind of creating a little bit of a stain, okay, on the Yupo. Let's see if that's better. And is that better? Yeah, where did you, oh, you found the link in email. Okay, I just want to make sure. Did anybody see the link in Patreon? Because, you know, up until I think last week or the past 2 weeks, we never really were posting it in Patreon. And then Mr. Moon said, well, that's silly. I should start posting it in Patreon. So we did. All right, anyway, I'm just putting down a little bit of color right now. I just want sort of the slightest tinge of color. And as you see, as you can see, it's just putting down a little bit of a stain, and that's all I'm really trying to do. And I don't even really want it too colorful. For Robins, you know, I love color, right? I am a color fanatic. I love brights. I love the neons. I love rainbows. But for Robins, I like to keep it a little bit more subtle. And that, I do have to admit to you, is something I really enjoy about the fact that I own ArtFoamies and that I get a chance to play with so many different images and types of stamps and different people's sort of aesthetic, to where, you know, I really get to change things up. So that's fun for me. Jack and Dana said they saw it in Patreon. Oh, good. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so happy that you found it, Anita and Jim. Thank you for joining me over here. All right, so again, just buffing down some of that color. rubbing it out. If I leave it sit on there, you saw how bright it is, right? If I let it set on there, it's fine, but it's not going to really dry. It's going to take, it's going to take a really, really long time for it to dry. Okay. Here I am going to use a little bit of my hybrid ink. This is the same as the Moonlight Duo ink. Okay. It's the hybrid ink. And the only reason it looks like this is because this is my tester. So I'm just rubbing in some color. And I will admit to you, this is a little bit brighter than the ones I did earlier today. I think I'm just getting a little crazy because it's just been such a long and crazy day. I just sometimes feel like the world is just, whoo, spinning out of control a little bit. But you know what? I get to come back here and get makey, and generally it makes everything pretty much better. I hope that it works that way for you as well. All right, I'm going to, let's see. Oh, what color do I want to do now? I'm going to use a little bit of this blue black, sort of a gray, at least on here. Okay. Wendy, hello. I hope you have some Yupo to break out. So I'm just, again, putting down a little base layer of color. It's all going to change as I begin to stamp. Okay. And it's okay if you have some like white spaces, and I see that I got it really like kind of sloppy and messy. Okay. So that's okay too, because you can go back in with your alcohol and baby wipe, and you can, and I'm even going to spritz it with a little alcohol right now on purpose to sort of make it have that little splattery effect. And then I'm going to take my baby wipe and wipe some of it away. You know, in my Patreon group, I know all of you have heard me say this time and time again. Probably here if you join me for enough ArtFoamies Fridays, ArtFoamies Fun Fridays. Say that 5 times fast. You know, I'm sure that you've heard me say it, and that is that you can't fake the layers. So no matter what you're working on, you're going to want to layer up. That's just the nature of the beast. But look how beautiful already. You're going to get some really beautiful patterns and striations and, you know, sort of these lifting out of color just with that little bit of alcohol. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I'm just going to start layering up my stamps. And the wonderful thing about Robyn's new patterns, okay, sorry, I was stopped to read the comments. The wonderful thing about Robyn's new patterns is that they are made literally to go over each other, to, you know, overlap and to sort of fade off, to be really imperfect. At least in my mind's eye, I just see them as being, you know, very distressed, and that's what makes me love this so much, because I can. It's again, I talk a lot about this whenever I'm doing my makeys, but I get sort of in this like meditative space, and I can do it with watercolors. I can do it with stamping. Of course, when I'm just sitting here in my zone by myself, maybe I have a little music on, maybe I don't, but I can just start grabbing the stamps and the ink pads and just layering and, you know, tapping and pounding and just going crazy. And it is so relaxing and meditative. And I love that I don't have to worry about where I'm lining stuff up. Okay. And I can also use, you know, obviously different colors and just have fun with it. I don't have to take anything serious. I don't have to worry about where I'm putting stuff down. And so that's what ends up making this so enjoyable, so much fun for me, is because I don't have to have, you know, I don't have to stress. I don't want artwork or, you know, my playtime like this to be stressful. So again, I'm stamping into this sort of violet color. And it's going to look, you know, a little crazy at first, a little wonky, because it's going to look sort of like harsh, you know. And I don't know, you're just going to want to mix and match your colors. I'm going to use a little bit of my black Moonlight Night. Okay. Oops, and I got a crusty art foamy. Luckily, I have two for now anyway. One has a little crusty acrylic. Shame on me. Yes, I'm so sorry about not being able to find the link. Joni, where did you finally find it? And Rini, where did you find it? So Jim, the new stamp pads, I did not do a pre-order on them. I probably could. Maybe I'll do a pre-order because they're already on order, and she said it would be about 2 weeks. So I was just trying to hold off. I don't like doing pre-orders because then it just sits in the queue. So I was just waiting until they came in, but it should be about 2 weeks. So please be watching for Heidi Violet and Blue Black. Okay. Those are going to be our new colors. Okay. What else? What other colors? I want some, I'm going to look at my inspiration piece. And, you know, often I will pull these out and just sort of look at them because I'm not going to be able to replicate them, right? I'm not going to be able to redo it. But it still gives me a little inspiration just for, you know, colorways, patterning, stuff like that. All right. So let's pull this one out. I'm going to go back to my blue black. Okay, good. Yes, I'm sorry. So just to let you know, you all should receive, if you are my patron, you should definitely receive an email. I don't know. I'm not sure how else. I know we posted on Facebook. So I'm just going to say from now on, if you have trouble finding the link, check in Patreon because we are going to try to always post it there from now on. So anyway, of course, I'm just gonna keep grabbing some of these stamps and sort of, you know, filling in, and then soon it'll all be filled up, and then I'm gonna wipe some of it away, and we're gonna stamp again. Use maybe even a little acrylic over the top. Who knows? And you know me, I love to stamp in odd numbers. So generally, I'm always going to be stamping in 3, 5s, or 7s. If it happens like that and you don't like it, you don't like that you went over an edge, you know, of course, you can just wipe that right off. And you know, a lot of your ink's going to wipe away, but it's okay because it leaves a beautiful little stain underneath. And so you're still getting that beautiful little subtle pattern. And of course, again, you can overstamp that again when the time comes. So here I'm going to just continue any little bald spots. And of course, you know, the other thing I do like to do is sort of let it fade off, or I'll even stamp off. Use just portions of the stamp, okay? Actually, I want to do that purple again. Oh, Tracy, that's awesome. Tracy says, I clicked on the image in the Facebook post announcing tonight's Fun Friday, and it brought me right here. Wow. Unbelievable. Nobody could figure it out that because usually nothing's ever easy. I've been finding out that the hard way lately. No, I'm kidding. Everything's pretty good. I can't complain, honestly. Puffer, you're so funny. So I also want to say, of course, that these images also, you don't have to always be using them in conjunction with each other. Like you could just take one of these and stamp it again and again and again and have a beautiful, all over repeat pattern, of course, right? So that, I hope that goes without saying. Also, for those of you who have purchased Robyn's collection before this, then all of her other images go fantastic with it. So this is her tapestry piece from her other collection. Okay. Remember where I wiped this one away? Let's go ahead and, well, no, you know what? I'm going to go over here but look at that. It goes fantastic with it. All right, so a lot of this I think is like really bright. It's a little bit, I don't know, a little more neon-y and a little brighter than, what I even set out to do, what I would want. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take a paper towel, or you could use baby wipe too. I'm just taking a baby wipe because I want it to be dry, and I am going to wipe a bunch of this away. Again, it's okay. I could even spray a little alcohol and, obliterate most of it. But again, the cool thing that I love is that I'm still getting these stains, right? So I can obliterate most all this. And I am too. I'm just going to take and wipe most all this away. All right. I'm going to wipe it down. I'll put a little alcohol there. And not all. I'm going to leave some of them, okay? I'm get a baby wipe. And you can really see the patterns coming through, and the colors are still real, they're still there, but they're subtle. Okay, let me go ahead and take all that off right there. And this one too. I'm going to overstamp that and see. I don't know if you can see that. I love what it does. Sometimes it's so crazy. And I'm putting a little elbow grease in there. But look at that one. Do you see that has these sort of like little watermarks? It's really, really cool. And that is going to show up because it is going to just be another layer. Okay. So let's take some of this. I'll leave some of these colors. Although a lot of the really bright ones I don't like. So the other thing I will do is take just a piece of newsprint. You can use a paper towel. You just want it to be clean and dry. And I'll just put it over the top and then rub some of that away. Okay. And now I'll go back in, and I generally will take, again, some of my same little cubes, rub some more color on there, here and there, wherever I wipe some away, okay? Put it back in. I think some of this needs to be grayed out a little bit down here too. I'll do one more little area. And then I'm going to start taking some of my same stamps, or at least similar patterns, whatever. I'm going to take some of my acrylic paints, okay? Actually, though, I probably will stamp some of them again in some of these colors. I'm going to do bronze, I think, for this. It's just a little bit darker. Take my Scrap Buddy. And remember now, once the acrylic paint goes on here and it dries, okay, it's going to be different than any of the ink, okay? Because it is going to leave a little bit of a texture. It's going to, you know, it's acrylic paint. So it's going to leave almost like a little not really raised, but, you know, sort of a resist, if you will, once it dries. Also, I like over stamping and letting some of the dark show through there. If you don't like it, the nice thing is, of course, again, super easy to wipe away. And I don't like that one because I didn't do a good stamping on there. Let's try it one more time. Just trying to see if I could, there we go, wind that back up a little bit. Much better, okay? And again over here. So, Linda says, what is the exact link to find ArtFoamies on YouTube? And so our YouTube account is ArtFoamies USA. This one, I think I am going to try, and I don't know if I'm going to like it or not, but I'm going to try a little bit of white gesso over the top of this one. So again, you know, one of the things I really enjoy is the intuitive process. So if you enjoy that too, then you're going to like just sitting down with your stamps and your colors and just having a little fun experimenting, okay, without planning, without really any rhyme or reason. But the great thing is that if you don't like it, it's so easy to change it up, right? So let's go ahead and see about lining this little guy back up. And see, I like that white on there. It just sort of grays it out, but it does give you, again, sort of some really nice, not only texture, but again, your light value, you know, your lights and dark values. So really use your blacks and your whites. I want to try something else over here. But I do think I'm going to stamp a little bit more white gesso first. And I want to say I have let my gesso dry on here and then gone back, or not gesso, I'm sorry, my acrylic or my gesso. I used copper acrylic and then white gesso. I could have easily used white acrylic paint, okay? But once it dries, you can wipe a little bit and the other color will come out, but your acrylic still stays put. So that's kind of cool too. This one, I'm going to go back in here just with the light stamping again. And then here, you know what, I'm going to actually take, this is not one of Robyn's stamps, but I want a little bit of other texture. So I am going to take my word stamp. This is just a big solid stamp of random words. It's called Just a Few Words. And I am going to take a little bit of my regular black dye ink. I'm just going to randomly load that up with a little bit of black ink, and I'm going to press here. Just again, I want some little word texture in there. Maybe again right down in here. Okay, so that it looks really nice in with all that. Maybe up at the top again, because you know I like stuff in odd numbers. All right, so again, don't like that it's just sort of blotchy like that, right? So what am I going to do? I'm going to take my baby wipe and I'm going to pull some of that back out. Okay, and I like the way it just sort of fits in there now, real organic. And some of the staining is still around there, but that's okay. It looks nice. It looks random and not too stampy stamp, you know. And now I feel like it's starting to come together. This here still a little ambiguous. I feel like this needs a little darker, some more darker value maybe. Just over stamp again. But if I feel like it's a little too much, then we'll just pull it back a little bit again, okay? Something over here too. Maybe here. Pull it back again. All right, so that's what I just keep doing. It's sort of just like a little bit of a dance between, you know, you're pushing it and pulling it back, putting it down, pulling it back, because I just don't want things to look too contrived. You know, you want it to be very organic and sort of flow in the nicest way possible. So I just don't like that for some reason, right? So I'm going to pull some of that out again. And I'll stamp over it one more time. I think I'm feeling like it needs a little bit of this up here. And so I'm going to try it with the black again. Going this way. I like that. All right. And then something else right here. Oh, let's try, let's try this little guy again. Again, looking in the monitor really helps me to see where I might need darker values and things like that. All right, so I like the way this looks pretty well. I feel like it's come together pretty well. But, you know, a few little other details. And of course, you know, you could do some other really fun stuff. If you wanted to put more of a like focal point piece, like using Robyn's beautiful little script, could do something like this. You could take, oh, and I even think maybe this would be cute. You could do something like your little Yupo cutout, and you could take her script stamp, or even just a little, you know, torn piece of something or whatever. If you want to cut an organic shape or have just a little rectangle, that'd be great. You could do something like that. And adhere that right to the front. And of course, you know, again, if you're in my Patreon group, then you know we made all sorts of fun little collage fodder holders, little just folders. I don't I'm all tongue tied now. Folios, folders, and so you could just fold it up into a folder. You could stitch it together, staple it together. You know, glue this on the front or not. Maybe you don't want that on the front. Maybe you want to stamp something else. Again, you could use just your, you know, any art foamy that you got. You could put a little goddess on the front. Wouldn't that be so cute? And again, Yupo, it folds nicely. Of course, I just use my bone folder and call it a day. Of course, I did also the inside. So you want to turn it around and do the same thing to the inside and then fold it all up and make your little folder. Again, one more time, I probably would take a piece of paper like this and burnish over the top, because keeping in mind all of your inks and things besides your acrylic, which is dry, you know, should be dry on there, will stay movable. Okay, you see that? So I'll let this sit for a while, and then you could spray it with a little bit of your workable fixative. You could spray it with a little Krylon or something like that. But I will tell you, I cannot guarantee, okay, that I cannot guarantee that if you spray it with something, it will not move. Because if I spray this with alcohol, some of this is still going to definitely move. And if I can take my finger and I can still even smear it, okay? Doesn't really bother me. A lot of times I will, again, even take and rub it down again and reapply color back over the top again. Because even though it is still moving and smushing, okay, a little bit, all that is going to still stain. So, you know, you just want to, you're not going to want it to all muddy up though. So you might have to reapply color again, you know, or overstamp. And then again, if you want it to be finalized and not move anymore, then you're going to want to spray it with something. Okay. So experiment with that. I use, I've even used hairspray, like aerosol hairspray. Not going to lie. I've used Krylon Kamar, and I've used workable fixative. Okay. So just keep that in mind and have a lot of fun. Of course, with Robyn's new art foamies, or any art foamies, because of course, whatever your aesthetic, this surface is great fun to play with and experiment with, whatever art foamies that you're using. You know, and maybe I'll just even take a little bit more of my, I like to mix iridescent. So sometimes I'll use a mixture of like copper, silver, gold, and bronze, and overstamp the patterns there. So I do really feel like this could definitely use some more acrylic over on this side. So I might still do that. And then of course, going ahead and folding it all up, but doing, again, of course, doing the inside first. Okay. If you're, you know, well, you don't have to do the inside. That's up to you. But I feel like, for one thing, if you do the inside, you can choose whichever side you like best for the outside, right? So maybe you don't love this side. Maybe your inside is much better. And so you can do that, you know, choose, and then make yourself your little folder. All right. And that's it. That's all I have for you today, my friends. You can stitch them together if you wanted to, and actually make a little journal with those, or you can just keep them as little separate folios to house all of your little makeys. And then of course, like, I found it really helpful to keep all of the stuff I've been doing for Robyn's, or with Robyn's little demos, keeping it all together. All right. So not only am I makey, I'm also so organized. That's a joke. Anyway, do you have any thoughts or questions? And I know, you know what, I was supposed to ask you a question. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Mr. Moon even said that can be your question. And now I can't remember what he said I should ask as the question. Should have written it down. Yeah, because we're going to give away a demo pack this week. Let's see. Yes, so I do that all the time. Did I not show you that on here too? Look at this. A bunch of these have that in there. Okay. So let's just do it. Let's put down here. Let's put a little bit of our Heidi Violet. We'll put a little bit, let's put a little bit of black right here. Or no, this is blue black. Sorry. Blue black. And we'll do a little bit of black right here too. Okay. And you can burnish it or not burnish it, but we are going to take, let's see, we'll take, I don't think I have any clean ones left. Let me clean this one off. Oh, I know what the question was supposed to be. I have to turn the camera back on. I have to turn the camera back around. Yes, I'll show you the Yupo. This is the Yupo that I am using today. Okay. This is Yupo medium. It is bright white, but I will tell you that I also do really love the Yupo translucent, which is this. All right. So I think this is clean, or at least a little bit clean. If it has a little bit of ink or anything still on it, it will show up when I stamp it. Okay, I'm going to spray it with alcohol. Just a couple little mists. All right, and then you can see it, I hope. Now sometimes if you have a lot of alcohol, it will really spread and make sort of just almost like a watercolory thing. Okay, this still had a little bit of gray on it, so that's kind of cool. Right? So you can see that that's mixed alcohol, a little spray of alcohol with whatever was still left on my pad, right? And you can see it did sort of pull out there. Let's do it one more time. Can you see what it's doing pretty well? There you go. That's giving you a pretty good idea. And you can see what I was talking about just getting a repeat all over. So you don't even have to switch, your stamps. You can just overstamp it and have a fantastic background. I'm going to spritz that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull all this out because I'll go ahead and, not now, of course, but I will at some point finish the inside of this and just go ahead and make myself another folio. But you can kind of see what it did there too. Still stained it, which is nice. All right. Yeah, super fun. I am going to turn the camera back around because this is what I was supposed to show this to you. And see if you like my shirt and see if anybody would be interested in an ArtFoamy t-shirt. Just let me know. We're curious to take a poll. So that's going to be the question for tonight. Please answer and say answer in your answer. Yes or no, I'm interested in an ArtFoamy t-shirt or would buy one. Okay. I wish I could make them and give them all away, but we would probably be selling them. And I've always wanted to do one. And tell me if you think this is cute or if you'd rather see a little logo on the corner. They had them where you could have a big giant picture in the front or this or the little logo. And I like this, but that's just me. Thank you so much. Anyway, yes, answer. So say answer yes, I would like to possibly buy an Art Foamy t-shirt, or no, not interested. You could also put your size if you're really interested, just so I can, kind of know what I should order. Anyway, thank you all so very much for joining me. I'm really sorry that Robyn couldn't be with us. I hope you're not too disappointed. I was disappointed, but I, of course, completely understand. So hopefully we'll come back and do some kind of makey with Robyn sometime before the end of the year, okay? I really appreciate all of you. I hope that I love you to the moon and back. And I hope that you'll join us next Friday. We are going to be having some launches, so don't be mad with me. Sandra Evertson is going to be launching her new line next Friday. And then the Friday after that, November 11th, please mark your calendars, because we are bringing a new artist on board. I'm so excited. I hope that you all have seen and do know about Kevin Nakagawa from Stampscapes. We are going to be offering Stampscapes Art Foamies, so I'm super excited about that. So lots and lots of fun stuff coming up, and it's great. I love Robyn. Thank you. I know she's not here, but just in case, Robyn, if you see this, thank you again for sharing your time and your talent. We love you so much. And we appreciate you. I love all the artists and all the Art Foamies, and of course, all of you. So anyway, thanks again. Wonderful to be with you. And I will see you next Friday. All right. Have a great weekend. And that's it. Bye.